gosh, you're fresh.
3, 2, 1, action.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here with us. We are on another episode of
Another day in paradise.
Perfect. We didn't even prepare it. We are so ready. So before we get started, we have. I'm not even sure if this is the right framing.
Oh,
but
what is
but
it that
anyways,
you have in your hand?
we have new mugs and we will put the link if you guys. I was gonna say I will put the link if you guys want to buy it, but then I need to rush and build a website for it.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to buy them, we have a few. And we will sell them for 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
If we reach 10,000 subscribers, that's it. We're giving them away for free. No, but we will start selling them eventually. We need to do some merch. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. All right, moving on.
All right, that was another day in paradise. All right.
But
but seriously, yeah, we should make a giveaway.
We should do a giveaway for sure.
Yeah.
We should do a giveaway. We'll
So-
think about it. If you have some suggestions on the comments, feel free to share them with us or die in peace.
All liquids that you put inside taste better.
They just taste
Yeah.
better. I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's fantastic.
And-
Yeah. So, anyways, we were having a little chit chat
Wow.
before. Well,
I just can't
it's just
get over
amazing.
how
It's just,
good it
yeah,
is.
absolutely. We were talking about being fired from a job, and you told me that you have never been fired from a job.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, if
Shame on
I'm
you.
being fair, I didn't have that many jobs. Basically, a proper 9 to 5 ish job.
Yeah, but not even
I
a
had
9 to 5,
I
like
only
a
had
small job, like a
one.
student job. You never had.
Well, I had contracts and things like that,
Okay.
mainly, which and internships,
Yeah.
which I never got fired from because I perform
They didn't really expect much from you, and you just delivered exactly that.
exactly.
They didn't
it-
expect much, and that's exactly what you gave them.
That's the thing. And when we were talking earlier about the subject,
Yeah.
we talked about the relationship that people have with their work.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, it takes out almost the major part of their life in terms of when they go back home, they work, the problems follow them home, all that stuff. And I have a lot of trouble understanding that.
Like they get too emotionally involved with their
Yeah.
job, right? Yeah. I might be guilty of that, to be honest. I really like what I told you before, which is something that every work that you will work in, I mean, most of them, the first thing they will try to do is make you feel like you belong to a team, you're part of a family. Job is not just a job where you just go mindlessly and just go and do your shift and then leave. They want you to be really involved. And I think there is a sneaky reason for behind it, because they want you to work more. They want you to
Yeah.
be more productive. They
Definitely.
want you to work more, but not necessarily for more money, because hey, this is, I'm helping my team, but I'm not supposed to help my team. Sometimes my wife tells me, well, I stayed a little later because one of my colleague had so much work she couldn't finish on time, and she had to finish everything before the end of the day. So 2 or 3 of us stayed behind and we helped her out. And I'm like, no, but none of you should stay behind.
Well,
5 o'clock, I'm out of here.
At the
pay
end
me.
of the day, they're helping out their colleague, so it's like a one-on-one relationship.
Okay, but should the colleague be involved in staying late, and for what?
Of course.
That's-
I guess that changes cases by case, but what I mean is, there's this hidden agenda behind companies. There's this big movement of creating corporate culture and things
Yeah.
like that, where you have leaders like Google that put their whole campus
Ecosystem,
designed for you to have an easier life. They have
a gym, kindergarten, massage parlors. They have everything,
free food,
free
whatever.
food, etc. True,
But it's actually there. People tend to forget that there's a hidden agenda there because they do this, but it's only available on the campus.
yeah,
So basically, you stay instead of staying your usual 8-9 hours a day. They spend 16 hours a day because they don't have to go get their kids. Their kids are already there,
true.
etc., etc. So basically, they absorb you. They absorb your whole life
Yeah.
into their.
Yeah. Like you don't need to go anywhere else. You can
Mhm.
just hang around here, and the more you stay here, the more chances you have to work. Like maybe do a little extra work for free, and it's almost like in a casino where they don't show you the hours, they don't show you the clocks, they don't show you
You're
if
a big
it's daytime or
spender.
nighttime.
You're getting
They want to
the
keep you
suite.
inside
You
as
just-
much as
exactly.
possible.
and this I used to watch this TV show that was around casinos back when
What
I
was
was a
it
kid.
called?
I think it was called Las Vegas or
Yeah,
something like that.
I
right?
remember that one. Okay.
And I never understood that show because like when someone went to the casino and won like big amounts, so basically the casino is like losing money.
Mhm.
They offer him a suite. They offer him this. They offer, and I was like, he took all your money and you're still losing. And I didn't realize that they're doing all that for him to stay because eventually
He will lose money.
will
Like
lose
statistically,
because the
he
house
will lose
always
money.
wins,
So
you
the
know?
more you keep him around,
Exactly.
the more you have chances.
and it's kind of the same thing that is happening with jobs, and a lot of people like tend to identify as their job, like identify. That's another debate, but and so I have a couple of people around me that, in my opinion, give way too much importance and are too emotionally involved, where they bring their work problems with them. They feel hurt when their job. I don't know, like even if they fire you, like or they do this, like they forget that it's a transaction at the end. You're giving your times
True.
and skills against an amount of money, and you can do that without being emotionally involved.
So, what is the right amount of involvement you need to get inside the job? For example, you are working extra hard lately, right? You have been
Yeah.
working extra hard.
Exactly.
So somebody might say, well, you're not doing what you're preaching. I mean, you're saying, who cares? Like at 5 o'clock, I'm out of here. But you are doing extra
Yes.
lately. So
But
how do you justify that?
well, the difference, first of all,
it's none of your business,
yeah,
motherfucker.
all right. No, first of all, and I think this is one of the biggest points that is important, is that I'm a stakeholder.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that
So-
changes everything.
So any
Oh,
any
yeah.
work that I do,
See how he did that? Stakeholder.
yeah,
Bitch. I heard the bitch so loud. It hit me in the face. Okay, first of all,
Okay.
bitch, I'm a
Hey.
stakeholder, all right? So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
know who you were with, okay?
So as a stakeholder,
Exactly. For
like,
us stakeholders.
for us stakeholders, you know,
That's true. Many companies do that. Actually, it's pretty smart.
yeah.
But some people might say, well, it's another way, it's another
But
trick.
But they trick you exactly because they say, okay, we'll give you shares,
Yeah.
but then you can only access them 3
you stay
years
with-
from,
oh, yes,
from now.
exactly.
And every year you can extra year you access the one that's before, so you're always have that
Chasing
thing
the
where
next
it's
one.
like
Chasing the
if I
next
leave
one.
now, I lose what I.
Yeah,
And they
I
tell you
heard
it's
that.
already yours. You don't have access to it. So in your mind, you're like, I'm gonna lose that.
Yeah.
So you keep on, and it's smart
But
in many
technically,
ways.
it's not yours yet. They shouldn't
Yeah.
tell you it's yours. They would say, in 3 years, we can give you a bonus or something
Yeah.
like that. But they say, no, it's yours. It's just that you cannot have access to it until 3 years. And then after
Yeah,
3 years,
yeah.
they say, okay, that's great. You can take it. Or maybe we can put more chips and you can access them in 7 years. Oh, all right. I need to finish my 7 years. And they guarantee you
And that-
working, slaving
that-
away for 7 years.
Exactly, and that's very smart. But like you said, I work very hard, and
Do you work extra hard lately?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
crazy.
I have no life.
Okay.
Please
Okay.
help me.
Besides the podcast. So buy the mugs, please.
Yeah. And basically, just to answer your
Fantastic
attack that I
question.
take personally.
Exactly. You should, as you should, as you should.
So when you're a stakeholder, you kind of have that thing
Fantastic
where maybe it's false. Like maybe like you're just saying that to yourself, but any extra effort that you put in is for yourself in a way. But
How so?
because if you grow the company, basically you're growing
Yeah,
your share
but-
as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And in my particular position, I'm working extra hard because there is a point where I just need to get there. So it's short run, but then things
Big reward.
Yeah. So it's the
That's true. I mean, it's. But I see exactly what you're talking about. But the it's another way to put you on a leash. I had a friend who works in finance. Very good friend of mine. He had like great jobs. He went to grade school in the States. Then he came back here. He has a great. Oh no, I saw him when he was like working. When he went from being a student with okay money, he was playing Division 1 tennis, etc. So he was okay. Then he started working in finance, and he started making a lot of money wearing expensive suits, etc. And he showed me exactly. And he showed me he said he had the latest iPhone. And at that time it was the 3, 4 or whatever. So I said, wow, that's pretty cool. He said, yeah, the job paid for it. And he said, I can get any phone I want anytime. They just went, buy yourself a phone, anyone you want. I said, wow, that's a cool job. He said, well, but actually it's a leash. They give me a free phone, a free laptop, so I can work on weekend, I can work after 8, because technically when they are calling me, they are calling their phone, the work phone. They are not coming to my house. They are inviting themselves in the portable office, which is a phone and a laptop. So technically I'm working all the time.
Exactly.
So
it's always like little tricks like this, and especially like in fields like finance and things like that. You know, like when you earn more, usually your lifestyle goes up. True. But there are certain fields of work where you need to upgrade your lifestyle for the work. That means that because a lot of deals are you strike deals like in fancy restaurants, so you need to take people out, need to dress a certain way, and that's another trick because you're so afraid of losing that lifestyle that you become like enslaved to that particular thing. And that's and what we were talking about earlier is that and this is the example I gave to one of my relatives that has this problem is that
oh my god, you gave a clue there.
Yeah, oh my god, sorry. Is it might be a bit morbid, but I think that in general to have a good perspective on happiness in general, you need to put death in the middle of it, you know?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
you went there, right?
Yeah, I went
okay.
there. So, and I tell him, like, if you were to die tomorrow, what would your job do as a company? I'm not talking about a particular boss or a particular colleague, but the company as a whole. They're going to be like, oh, this guy was such a nice dude. We will never forget him. Now, please, Katie, can you set up the interviews for the position? Show must go on.
True.
And
but the same thing can be said for everything. If I die tomorrow, you're never going to do another podcast?
No.
And does it mean like it's good
But
or
I
bad?
wouldn't.
It's just
I wouldn't be like, we need to have an episode.
oh
for
yeah,
this week.
Wednesday's coming around.
Let's bring someone in.
That's true.
And
but
I'm not talking. That's at least that's okay. But you should treat the work the same way they treat you.
absolutely.
So you're doing your work. If it's good, good. If it's an environment that's not that great, it's okay. I'm still getting paid. I'm giving my skills and time. I'm doing my job. I'm
Like,
getting paid.
Be more detached from
Like
your
a
job.
lot of people give their personal phones. I don't understand why people don't have two phones. While I'm work mode, my hours, I open my work phone. As soon as I get out, I take it out.
Yeah, well, I'll go a little bit your way here. For example, from my work, which, believe it or not, even though I'm great at doing podcasts, this is not my full-time job.
I'm gonna take a little sip from this
Yeah, me too.
magnificent mug.
Let's do some advertising spot. Here we go.
Are you listening to podcasts on Spotify? Or Apple
Are you listening on
Podcasts?
Apple Podcasts?
It's even better when you're drinking water, tea, or even coffee from this amazing mug.
So I don't have. So I have my, of course, a cell phone. I have a laptop. my emails on my laptop are, I don't check them on weekends when I'm not working. And on my laptop, on my phone, I also have access to my email, and it's only my Gmail personal account and podcast. And I do the thing that make me happy. And I'm not saying that my job is not making me happy. I really like it, but I try to not worry about work
Yeah.
on a weekend. And today I had to text my boss and ask him a quick question. And first thing I said is, "Hey, I know it's the weekend. I'm sorry to bother you with this, but he happens to be also a friend of mine. So, but a real boss that I didn't know at all, I would wait for Monday.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, because Saturday, Sunday we are closed for business. So
But then again, I don't know if it's your situation, but me, when I was working, I had a job where the job was being on the job, and I think it's to some extent similar to you, because you don't have much work per se outside of your working hours.
true.
Whereas a lot of people sacrifice their whole weekend because they have that presentation they need to make for
Yeah.
Monday, and they don't sleep at night because they need to finish this document,
Yeah.
and
They
that's
do research on
and
weekends,
That's
they
like
do this,
the,
yeah.
the thing that is really hard for me to understand.
So let's go back to being fired. I have been fired. I think the one time it got that sticks to my head is when I got fired from. So I was working in this very nice restaurant, and it's upscale, etc. So I was a security guy. So I was a bouncer, and I worked there for 3 years. And the boss was, this kind of bosses that you don't really know if he's happy with your work or not happy with your work. He doesn't really consider you. He doesn't give you any consideration. He says hi, but barely, because you're in front of him. Like, he's not going to go, "Hey, Paco, hey, Jawad, how are you, my friend?" Never.
Yeah.
And if you're on his way, hey, how are you? He happens to be an Arab, which, so we spoke. So, and I was also I'm Moroccan. So the reason why I say this is that if he is Hispanic and I'm also Hispanic, maybe it would be a little bit easier to get a close relationship. But we were both like Arabs, and he didn't give a flying fuck about me. So, anyways, and nor did he with anybody. But that's fine. After 3 years, so I kept going up the rankings, which there was only 2 positions, just the basic bouncer or the head bouncer, or the guy
You're
who was
super
telling-
bouncer.
Exactly, I was super bouncer with the cape and everything. And I became the head bouncer for the last 2 years. So I worked there 3 years. So for the first year I was regular bouncer, I guess, and then I was like a head bouncer for the last 2 years I worked there. And they had a new manager who was working with us like as a bartender, whatever, and then he became a manager. And then one day he said, "Hey, Jawad, I need to talk to you, man. Hey, how are you? Listen, I think I just talked to the boss." I was almost gonna say his name, and I think we're gonna stop here for between, like, for this position. We're gonna stop here with you. And I said, "Why?" And I was like, honestly, I didn't know why I reacted like this.
Yeah.
And again, I was maybe 25, and I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, and he was so uncomfortable
Yeah.
that I really wanted him to stay there, like stay in your shit for a little while. I know why, because there's no good reason. You just don't like me or whatever. You want to hire different people, or maybe you want like blonde guys with blue eyes. It would look better in this upscale thing. Anyways, it doesn't matter, to be honest, why. He didn't want you here. I don't want to be there either. So let me just get the fuck out of here." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Well, because it's not my decision. I really like you. Like if it was my decision, I would stay. I would make you stay. I would keep you there. I think you're doing a phenomenal." I said, "I don't need this bullshit. Why did the boss want to fire me? And why didn't he just tell me?" And the reason why is actually, the most important question was, in reality, he didn't fire me. The boss didn't fire me because he was scared of me. He just didn't give a shit. Why would he spend his time
Yeah, like
come down and say, "Oh, let me make an appointment with you." Okay,
It's
listen.
not worth his time.
It's not worth his
Yeah.
time. So it's not so much like and I thought, oh, like he doesn't have the balls to face me. No, it's worse than that. He doesn't
No.
give a shit about
Yeah.
you to a point where it's not.
And you know what's funny? It's that whole comedy that's around it, man.
Yeah,
Everybody that gets fired, unless you do like a really fucked up thing where
Yeah.
it's like get the fuck out and that's it. It's always like, oh, we're so sorry. You did such a nice job.
Yeah, but the things are
you're
the way things are going right
you're
now.
Like the greatest guy we ever worked with.
You're really a sweetheart.
You know, it kind of feels like a shitty breakup. You know, no, it's not you, it's me. Right now, I'm not in the right headspace.
Well,
or
if
whatever
it's
the
you, you
fuck,
should be
you know?
fired. Why you fired me?
And that's the thing. And usually, because we're so much
Involved in it,
emotionally
yeah.
involved, that we take it
Absolutely.
as like a stabbing in the back, and we take it like personal.
For-
where
for sure.
normally you'd be like, okay, what's my severance?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
you
No,
know,
no,
like,
that's very true.
what's my severance? Okay, cool. I'm gonna go look for a job. You owe me this much.
Yeah, to be honest, when I went there and I was fired that night, he said, "Okay, but you can finish the weekend though." I'm like, "No fucking way. Pay me, and I'm out of here." No, but you can stay. Just pay me, because the thing is, the best way to fire somebody, they say it's better to do it on a Friday, so they don't. And at the end of the day, so they just leave and vent out and spend the weekend, relax, think about everything, so they don't like break shit or whatever. Wait for the end of the week. If you tell him Monday that he's gonna be fired on Friday, that week is gonna be interesting, to say the least. So, but in my case, the beginning of the week is the beginning of the week is Friday. It's Thursday actually.
Yeah.
So he fired me on a Thursday, and he said, "But we
still
would
need you on the weekends."
Yeah, we still need you on weekend.
You're
We-
still
we-
good for Saturday?
We are actually short on staff." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, I bet you are, but I'm out of here."
But you see, like, because that's good opportunities where you can actually, if you're detached, that's when
stay
you
and
can
be
be like,
normal.
okay, but
Whoa. No problem.
Bro,
I'm not
bro,
detached.
it's in the past, okay?
Listen, man,
It's in
still
the
hurts.
past.
It still hurts.
All right, sorry about this. But like you're in a position where you're in a position of strength. Like I would be like, oh,
Yeah.
you're short on staff on Saturday? Cool, triple my rate.
Yeah, or they would say, "You know what? Forget about it. Let's
So,
hope for the
okay,
best."
Cool.
No, but
Because that's the thing. We employees always tend, because the company gives them the salary. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's linked to your childhood where it was your parents feeding you or whatever, but you feel like you owe them bro. It's negotiation. Like
True.
you give your time and skills, they give you money.
that's a very good point. That's what I was, after a few years, I started training some people for interviews, and I told them that, and I said, "Listen, every time I say this is the way I do things. When I interviewed for Apple, this is how I approach things. First of all, what's the worst that can happen? And then it's not that bad. Okay, if they don't hire you, it's not that bad.
Exactly.
Okay, there are so many companies out there that you will find a fit for you. Okay, second thing is, when they ask you, "Oh, okay, do you have any question for us?" "No, I'm good. It was perfect. I understood everything. You were crystal clear, sir. It was fantastic." No, it's like, you bet your ass I have questions.
Of course.
I'm gonna be working there. Like,
How
I'm
are
gonna-
you a good fit for me?
Exactly.
You know,
now
like-
you sell yourself. Now it's your time to be roasted. Okay, let's see how what are my working conditions gonna be? Am I gonna be working in a small team, in a big team? Am I gonna be having to do conferences outside of the city,
Yeah.
outside of the country, outside of the states?
But then,
what are the working
but then again,
conditions?
it follows the rule of rarity. You know, like if there's high demand and small offers, the power struggle shifts. right?
Absolutely, but still, even if I work in a factory, putting together iPhones, I would be like, okay, I need to know that I want to spend 80% of my day at your company, or 75% of my day at your company. So I need to know what are my working conditions gonna look like before I start engage with you. And also it shows that you are serious about the job, that if you need to be a good fit for me, I need to be a good fit for you. It doesn't work just one way. And interviews, when people are getting interviewed, they feel like, yeah, well, I hope they take me. Well, I hope they hope I take them too. Like, this is also, I mean, but you're right, especially if you are more skilled and more like, of course, like,
because then again, we had a podcast about the interview parts and things, but it's true that most of the time you go there and you're like, am I prepared? Should I say this? Okay, I know how to do this, and this, because this is what I read on the internet that you need.
Exactly.
And normally an interview is a discussion to see if you both are a good fit.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be artificial.
True.
This is why, me personally, when I hire people and I start talking to them, and like, okay, we're gonna do a small interview and things like that. They're like, okay, when should we schedule it? I'm like,
right now.
Right now.
You're right here.
Why would we schedule? Oh, but I wasn't prepared.
Prepared for what? Like, you know what you did.
I want to know who you are, what you do, what you know what to do, and things like that. And unfortunately, we people tend to look at companies as this big thing, kind of like school almost.
True.
You know, like, this is an exam, okay.
Like Judgment Day. Judgment Day.
Exactly. Yeah. Should I answer this? I said I'm good in Excel. I don't know shit about it.
But you know what I really admire about you, actually, it taught me a great lesson. When you told me about, I think it was this job, or maybe because you jumped from jobs.
Marat in a ship.
But you told me, oh yeah, like you had a great position, you had a great interview, and he told them, yeah, I'm not really good at this, but I would love to learn. This, you know, like, just try me. I'm a hard worker, but I never did this. I know a little bit about this, and this I'm pretty good at, and very honest, very open. And I think, like, if I were hiring, I would like hire somebody who's honest like that.
But that's the thing. Thank you for this, but I think the credit goes to the person that was actually
true. It needs to be reciprocal, absolutely.
Because he told me, okay, I need someone who does this, and this, and I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this a little bit. This I don't know how to do. But what I do know is, I know that I can get there fast. I can do this, and basically, it's once again, like, I have a great relationship with my boss. I almost can't even call him boss. That's how much we're close, and it's more of a partnership. But I have a great relationship with him, but it's still transactional. So he gave me the opportunity, but I had to show up and
do the work behind it.
At some point, it's a question of trust, because right now, the way we work, and I'm really happy that we're working this way, is that there's not one thing that we're like, we can't do it, or we need to, like, we're confident enough that we can understand how things work and actually do, like, not be afraid of learning. You know, sometimes he tells me, like, take 2 days, learn this. That's all. No tasks. I'll handle everything. Just learn how to do this. And I'm like, YouTube videos and Google
tutorials, etc. Yeah, of course.
And that's great.
That's true. So it's good to have to be a good interviewee, but you also need to be a good interviewer and have an open mind. If you want somebody to learn things by heart, and I
have a little story.
Tell me.
If you would, what's the word?
Indulge
me.
Of course, no problem.
So lately, I had this job offer, really good job offer.
Okay, here we go.
But more of a 9-to-5 job, you know.
Okay.
I won't be a stakeholder. Shit. But it's really, really well paid. So I called my boss and partner, and this is why I tell you the humane part works a lot, and that you need to separate. Even if you have a good relationship, you need to separate the job and everything. And I told him, like, I got this job interview, this job offer, and this, and to be honest, and I talked to him like he's my boss, right? And I told him, I was thinking about taking it. I'm not sure, because on the one hand, I love what we're doing. On the other hand,
this is safety and security.
And I'm talking like 3-4x salaries, right?
That much.
Take the job. And that guy who is my boss, and that
He said,
puts
"Yeah,
the
you should
whole,
take it."
and he's like, honestly, that would be a pain in my ass for you to leave, but you should do whatever is good for you. Like, if what I can tell you, what I told him was, how much time would you need for me not to put you in a tough position, for me to prepare that transition
Yeah.
with you? He was like, honestly, if you can, I would like 3 months and things like that. But during those 3 months, I want us to kind of like figure out a way to keep you and to, however, create
Work things
revenue
out, etc. Yeah,
or
yeah,
things
yeah.
for you to be more comfortable. But at the end of the day, do you, bro?
Yeah. But here is the thing, something interesting here.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you contact him and say, "Hey, listen, I have a job interview, etc., etc.?" Why
I
did
didn't-
you feel so concerned? If I follow your logic, hey, you make your decision. I don't know, you talk it out with some friends, family, etc., and then you make a decision, and then you call him. Hey, listen, I'll give you a month notice. After that, I'm out of here.
This guy doesn't follow. I'm a stakeholder, bro.
Still, but that's what we talked about. Like, a stakeholder is just one way, another way to keep you around, because like, oh, now you have 10% of a company, but the company is not worth as much if you leave, because you are building it a little bit.
Of course.
So
But like right here, the debate on this part is that when you're in entrepreneurship, and you're building something from the ground up, I think by default, and you're right, it's maybe not the right thing, but you get attached to what you're doing because you're really like, I'm talking about a company where I was there when we were saying, how are we going to call it? Should we call it this? And from the ground up, right? And to some extent, I am emotionally
attached
involved.
to it, yeah, for sure.
But that's what I was telling you, is that it's okay, in my opinion, to be emotionally involved on the positive. It's on
True.
the negative side that it's dangerous.
I agree.
And this example that I just gave you is to tell you that even the boss of the situation that will get hurt, even him had the mindset to detach himself and actually tell you, you know what, even if it rips a lot of things apart, at the end of the day, my advice to you, because like I told you, it's also a relationship, etc., is that he told me, as your corporate boss, you're putting me in a shithole, but if you can give me 3 months, I would take them, but
Sure.
etc. But as a human being that understands your position, I wouldn't hold it against you if you.
But also, if he said, come on, fuck them, it's a bad job, just stay with us, listen, in 3 months, who knows where we're going to be, maybe you will get your same salary, etc., etc., you'll say, well, he's a little bit trying to manipulate me, maybe because it's obvious that the other job is a good opportunity. If he refuses to acknowledge that, it means that he's being a hypocrite with you. So he's saying, this is a great position, but we would love you to stay here. And I think he's been honest, and the honesty is what you appreciate.
Yeah, when there's honesty, it's cool, because
Absolutely.
I've been in positions where, kind of similar situation, where the guy would tell you, no, and it's kind of what we were talking about. It like, it's small. It's like, how much are they gonna pay you? Okay, they're gonna pay you 3 times, but then you're not gonna evolve. We're gonna pay you a little bit more this year, because next year you don't know what's coming next year.
Yeah.
And then and this and this and this. If you give us 6 months,
You'll see, brother.
And then
You'll
they're
see.
like, I know, but that other guy got sick, so give us 2 months more. But anyways, all that's to say that at the end of the day,
It's just a job.
It's cool. Like, it's good to have good relationships, be transparent and everything. But if shit hits the fan, it's just a job.
It's just a job. I think we called one of our podcasts, It's Just a Job.
Yeah, man.
Maybe. We'll see. But anyways, I think this is
part
it for
2.
today. Part 2 of This Is Just a Job. So really, it's just a job. So relax.
Yeah,
All right,
this is
that's
just
it.
a podcast, but you should subscribe,
subscribe,
comment,
follow us, comment, tell a
ring
friend
up
to
the
tell
bell.
a friend.
Yeah.
We are on Instagram.
And show your interest for this amazing mug.
I mean, honestly, they are cool. And I don't know if I showed the other side, but yeah, follow us, show us some love, and we will see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Voilà, il faut imaginer.